In this video, we'll cover how to take down and clean your Springfield XD9 subcompact. I'm How To Bob, and safety is of utmost importance when working with firearms. So the very first thing we're going to do is take the magazine out, make sure it is unloaded, and then check the chamber. Make sure that it is completely unloaded. As you can see, it's empty. Now we want to pull the slide back with the slide lock engaged. Then we can turn the takedown lever to the up position and release the slide lock. Once that's released, we have to pull the trigger and the slide will pull right off the front. Next, we're going to remove the guide rod. So you want to keep your finger on there because it is spring loaded. So we'll remove the guide rod and spring, set that down. Then we're going to take out the barrel, just simply lifting it up and pulling it backwards. Now for your basic cleaning, that's about as far as you need to tear the gun down. You may be able to see down the barrel here any debris, some melted on lead or some dirt. I'm going to go ahead and use my Hops gun cleaner and a patch to get started. You can use any kind of gun cleaner, pick it up at any gun shop, retailer, and I'll spray a little bit on here. And what I'm doing here is just getting the inside of the barrel wet. That's really all I'm doing here, is getting it wet so I can push it through any way I want. And then I'm going to get my wire brush. This is a copper brush, and push that through the barrel. You don't want to use a steel brush, it could damage the barrel. So I'm just going to push that through there, and what I'm doing is scrubbing the inside of the barrel out to get the particles loose. Then with a new patch, I'm going to go ahead and push the new patch through and pull it back, and you can see the debris that's left on it. And I'm going to get another new patch, push it through, and again until finally the patch comes out clean. I'll just keep pushing a new patch through until it comes out completely clean, or as clean as I really feel I need to get it. And that looks pretty clean there. I'd say we've got the inside of the barrel cleaned out pretty well. You can see the rifling down the inside of the barrel. So now I'm going to take my gun cleaner and I'm going to just clean the outside of the barrel. I'll spray it right on the barrel. You can spray it right on a rag and just wipe down the outside of the barrel, making sure to get all the powder residue off or any dirt that may be on the outside. Okay, once that's done, the next thing I'm going to do here is get a toothbrush or a gun cleaning brush. It's a nylon brush, and I'm going to spray my gun cleaner down into the slide and just work it around all the corners, all the mechanisms, springs and area. Just scrub gently. Don't have to get too vigorous with it. The cleaner will do a great job, and just kind of work the cleaner around a little bit, making sure to get all the surfaces. And once I'm done scrubbing that down, I'm going to get a clean rag and wipe all the excess off from the inside of the slide here. Try to get all of it out. You can see there's some stuff that came off. Just kind of working the rag back and forth. You want to be careful not to get any part of the rag left in there or hooked on anything. Just kind of working it around, getting most of the stuff out. Once I get most of it out with the rag, I can go to a Q-tip and work the corners, the rails, any of the small areas the slide has. Just kind of work around getting all the debris out and rotate it around so that I have a clean Q-tip. Again, you want to make sure that there's no cotton left in the gun, and we'll clean it out a little bit better on the next step here. But you just kind of get all the cleaning solution out of the slide. I'm going to make sure I get down around the hood and where the barrel goes. Next thing I'm going to clean, and again I'm just going to use my gun cleaner and my nylon brush as the guide rod and spring. Simply spray it on with a little bit of scrubbing, and then again with the cloth I can wipe off any of the loose particles that came off from the gun cleaner and the scrub brush. Then I'm going to move on to the next thing, the frame. You can see I have a lot of area to clean here, so I'm just going to spray some gun cleaner in there, and again just gently scrub the inside of your frame. Make sure you get all areas, and once that's done I can wipe it down with my cloth again, making sure you don't leave any debris that might come off the cloth. It's kind of important that it might get in the way. Make sure that you have a nice clean cloth to clean it out with, and again after it's done I can work the corners with a Q-tip to get all the cleaning solution out of the corners with my Q-tip. I want to get as much out as I can, and I rotate the Q-tip around once it gets too dirty. Okay, now that I'm done with my Q-tip, I've got everything out. I can use an air compressor or compressed can of air. You don't want to have too much pressure, but this will help get any extra cleaning solution out of the slide, out of the frame. Just want to make sure you blow it out, make sure that it's dry. You can wipe it down again after this with the rag if the compressed air blows out any cleaner, just to make sure that you're good and clean. So now I've got that all clean. I'm going to blow off my guide rod and spring. Just want to make sure I get all the cleaning solution off of. And now I'm going to oil. I'm going to start with the top part here, and I'm going to use a lot. I'm going to be pretty generous. I'm going to use a lot of oil on this because I'm going to work it around, and once I work it around, any excess I can wipe that right off. So I'm going to work it around with a Q-tip, making sure all the rails, any part that moves basically, I want to make sure it's covered with oil. Put a good coat of oil on there, and then I'm going to do the same here for my frame. Basically any part that moves, I'm going to put a little oil on it, drip some oil in all the little cracks and crevices. My magazine lock, I'm going to go ahead and oil that, and then again I'm going to take my Q-tip and work the oil around the frame. Any part that slides or moves, I'm going to go ahead and oil and work it around. And I'll put a little bit of oil on my spring. And now we're ready for reassembly. Simply slide the barrel in, the guide rod then goes in, and then I can take the slide here, make sure we got our spring in, take the slide and put it onto the frame and pull it backward. Once you get it pulled back, you can turn the release mechanism and work the slide a few times. Now you can see there's oil coming out of the air, the cracks, so I want to wipe that down, and you can even blow it off with the air again and then wipe it down to get a good clean finish on your gun. So this is how we break down and clean a Springfield XD9 subcompact. My name is How To Bob. Thanks for watching.